He helps me record my videos because who is gonna help me record my videos? I need someone to help me record videos. And honestly, I don't want to like get in my personal life and be like, but I like go psycho, like I go crazy if he doesn't help me record my videos. So I'm like, if you don't want any problems, you can help me record my videos because I will, make your life hell.
SSniperwolf is a very popular creator on YouTube. Despite her growth in popularity over the years, however, she has gained a lot of criticism for many different scandals. SSniperwolf, otherwise known as Leah, had a different channel many years ago where a lot of her controversies stemmed from. But as time went on, a lot of these issues made their way over to her current YouTube channel as well. This is because despite the name change, her persona still remains the same, which is that of a pretty crappy person. Leah started out with gaming content and has evolved into reacting to TikTok videos where she gains millions upon millions of views. Recently, she has been called out by other creators, including myself, but most notably by a YouTuber named Jacksfilms. Jacksfilms has been criticizing her for her reaction videos being done unethically, as her reactions barely fall under the guides of fair use. And even then, falling under fair use seems to be inconsistent for her, especially when she puts a TikTok in her video and forgets to react to it entirely. But another situation has been brought to light recently that seems to be even worse. Many are now questioning if this is the beginning of SSniperwolf's fall from grace, as there is now potentially a new lawsuit on her horizon. I have been gone for a few weeks as I have just gotten married in the middle of September, and I have returned to a bunch of you requesting that I discuss this new legal scandal involving SSniperwolf. When I first heard the word SSniperwolf and lawsuit in the same sentence, I immediately thought that this was going to be some kind of copyright issue with her content, considering the volume of criticism her videos have been receiving. Oh, and by the way, that criticism has been taking a toll on her if you peek at her like to dislike ratios on her new videos. But my initial assumptions on this lawsuit were wrong. This actually seems to be a very unexpected legal complaint made by SSniperwolf's future ex-husband slash ex-boyfriend Evan Young, rather known as Sausage. Yeah, it appears that she may have lied about her relationship on top of everything else.
And today I am here with Mr. Snossage, aka Evan, aka my boyfriend.
But we'll save that for later. Comments on my previous SSniperwolf video have directed me to videos by Atozy and Oompaville, two great creators who have also covered many of SSniperwolf's other scandals. I will link both of their new videos on this subject below. In both Atozy and Oompaville's videos, they have mentioned obtaining this legal complaint from another creator and lawyer known as TheMadCatster. TheMadCatster has also made a video on this subject, which I will also link below, and I highly recommend you check it out because he goes over many details in this situation, and he was the first person to bring this situation to light. Doing my own research on this situation, I could only find documentation that this legal complaint has been made, not the complaint itself. And with that, I have reached out to TheMadCatster to see if I can find out more regarding this legal complaint, and he was kind enough to send it my way to look over, and that is a big part of today's video. I want to give an extra big thank you to him because this document highlights so many inconsistencies on SSniperwolf's channel that we have previously mentioned and others have as well. It also solidifies a lot of claims and assumptions that people have had over the years. I highly recommend you check out TheMadCatster's channel, and like I said, I will leave him linked below. There are also updates to the situation regarding SSniperwolf and Jacksfilms that we will be discussing today, so please stick around as we once again discuss Leah, aka SSniperwolf, aka Sexy Sniper. For those of you who do not know, I have made two previous videos on SSniperwolf, one in February of 2022, and then the other one a few months ago talking about a situation going on with Jacksfilms. In both of those videos, I have updates for you, pretty significant updates. But before I get into those updates, I want to go through a little bit of a recap. Now, in case you did see my two previous videos on the subject but may need a little bit of a refresher, SSniperwolf is a very large YouTuber who currently reacts to TikTok videos for her young fan base. The reason that I say young fan base is because it is assumed that her fan base is made up of mostly kids because they are the only people who seem to not care about the other things that SSniperwolf has done and been accused of over the past decade. Most kids don't really care about the scandals behind their favorite YouTube creator. They are more likely to continue idolizing normalizing them. And this unfortunately enables that creator to continue doing negative behaviors. Even if they get a bit of backlash from people who aren't in their audience, they are still reaping the rewards of their fan base because their minds remain unchanged. But if you are a fan of SSSniperwolf, which I'm sure a handful of you are because every time I make a video on SSSniperwolf, her fans are always raiding my comment section, I don't actually blame her audience for her actions because her actions are the fault of her own. And as I've mentioned several times when talking about SSSniperwolf, because a lot of her scandals do go back many years, I do believe people can change if they have the desire to, and there have been many examples of this. But as I've stated several times, SSSniperwolf, in my opinion, shows zero growth from the type of person she used to be years ago. It wasn't just that she did a couple negative things over a decade ago that was resurfacing. It's the fact that she did a couple negative things years ago and continued to do negative things all the way up to the current day. The only thing that she has developed is the skill to present herself as a family-friendly and brand-friendly channel. To this day, she still treats other YouTubers poorly. She seems to show a pattern of dishonesty. It appears that she still fails to take much, if any, part in her own content creation. And now we have a legal complaint that has many accusations that could potentially back up a lot of the criticisms that people have had for her over the years. So no, this isn't to attack anybody who is a fan of her. This isn't an attempt to bring up one thing she said 10 years ago in an attempt to cancel her or scrutinize her. This is to show a consistent pattern of behavior that has gone on for many, many years, and now we have another source of information to back up a lot of claims and criticisms that people have had for her over the years. And who knows, maybe this will finally be the turning point where she starts to make a positive change. I doubt it though. When it comes to SSSniperwolf, there is a laundry list of controversies that she has been involved in since the beginning of her channel. And no, I'm not talking about the SSSniperwolf channel, I'm talking about her other channel, Sexy Sniper, which is a channel that she has denied being hers in the past, but much evidence points to the fact of it being her channel. I mean, is it her doppelganger?
Do you have a website or anything?
I have a YouTube. It's Sexy Sniper. I have like gameplay and stuff, and I do vlogs.
She loves that word so much, in fact. She even called herself a hoe. But not in a funny or ironic way, no. She had nudes leaked, and she lied about them being her. She said, everyone, that's not me, it's not me. And she went as far as to call the girl in the nudes a hoe.
This picture isn't even me. Fake nude pic of me. Again, it's not even me. Why is this hoe in the thumbnail when it's not even me?
But TehMimi, she only denied that that picture in that video was not her, not the channel. Well, there is actually documentation of her lying about the Sexy Sniper channel. Looking deep into this, there was a video I came across by a channel known as TehMimi, I hope I'm saying that correctly. This is a channel that no longer seems to be active, and this video is several years old. And for full transparency, I don't agree with every single criticism made in this video, but there are a lot of really important things that have been documented in this video that would otherwise be lost to time. Here is one important clip from that video that proves that SSSniperwolf had omitted information about the Sexy Sniper channel, and this video also shows footage of SSSniperwolf that has since been removed.
My dad got me and my brother our first console, which was a PlayStation 1, so we were super excited. And I had other favorite games too, like Digimon, Pokemon, Spyro, Crash. So in early 2013, I decided to start making videos on YouTube, and I was already obsessed with gaming, and I was pretty good at CODs. And SSSniperwolf was born. SSSniperwolf. SSS. Two S's. I can't even say my name.
Now, this is actually her real channel. She actually had her channel Sexy Sniper on October 29th, 2010. She says she started YouTube 2013. That's a complete lie.
I mean, aside from it very obviously being her, there has been a paper trail leading her back to this account, which many people have speculated she abandoned due to the negative stigma around that account and tried to start fresh with the SSSniperwolf account. Later on in this video, we are going to dive into some new information that could confirm this. But we're still in the recap, so let's discuss the negative things that have caused a stigma around the name Sexy Sexy Sniper and the beginning of her new channel, SSSniperwolf. In the beginning of 2022, I made a video on Sniperwolf documenting a lot of the things that she has been criticized for over the years up to that point in time. In that video, I go into more of the Sexy Sniper account. On that account, she had made a lot of videos that were much more revealing than the content you might be used to seeing on her current channel. Unlike her current channel that seems to be targeted to a younger audience, that channel seemed to cater to a more mature audience. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that might have affected her negatively if she continued this path up until the current day is YouTube's restrictions against content like this, as YouTube increasingly attempts to push more family-friendly content. But aside from that, this is nothing new. This is something that plenty of other women do online. For some reason, however, when this type of content was brought up, Leah, aka Sniperwolf, denied that this was her. She also, at other points, had called other creators for doing similar content hoes, and would make fun of the appearances of other creators.
This is why I hate girls. Everyone a hoe.
That's a model. My left toe can be a model.
You know, these kids fapping about her as just like some average ugly Mexican bitch with a big ass nose and bushy ass eyebrows.
And then people are saying, oh, you're making fun of them because they don't have any money.
Even going to lengths to making fun of people for getting plastic surgery.
All of them got a nose job. All of them got like 10 million surgery.
Which is really ironic because she herself had gotten a nose job. Allegedly. She claims that it was a septoplasty, but it looks to be a rhinoplasty.
The whole point of my surgery, I am getting a septoplasty. I know it sounds like rhinoplasty, which is a nose job, which is for cosmetic purposes.
By the way, I wanted to add in here, there is no shame in getting any type of work done on your face or your body. Whatever makes you happy, if you want to do it, go for it. The shame in this situation isn't due to Leah getting work done on her nose. It's due to her hypocrisy for calling other people out and then doing it herself, and then lying about it. Nerd City had done a video going over all of the details regarding this situation, and I'll leave that video linked in the description below if you're interested in knowing more about this. But the hypocrisy doesn't end there. She would also make fun of others for photoshopping their images while simultaneously photoshopping images herself. She made fun of people for posing with their rear ends out to make it look like they had a bigger butt while she would do the same, but then said that she had a condition that caused her to do that.
I don't Photoshop any of my pics. I don't have time for that. Break your back to make it look like you gotta pose unless you got lordosis.
Sniperwolf would also allegedly go to extreme lengths to retaliate against her detractors. And this is something we'll dive into more in a future video because this video is already going to be extremely long, but there are people who she has slandered, doxed, and even had gotten involved with lawsuits over, and even though this is stuff that has happened years ago, it still affects them to the current day. She has even participated in ruining the careers of people who were her competition, for a lack of better term, calling them out for things that she has done herself, allegedly. Now, here's the thing, she might not be as awful as some of the other creators we have talked about here on this channel when regards to causing other people harm, but that doesn't mean she never caused anybody harm. In the past, Sniperwolf has had a very negative reputation for being really nasty to other female streamers, creators, and other women online. And this is something that I discussed again in my previous video. One of the people she was really nasty to was a creator named Girl Gone Gamer. In the earlier days of Sniperwolf, her and another creator named Girl Gone Gamer, as well as many other creators on YouTube at the time, would create a lot of videos centered around games like Call of Duty and other FPS games, and it got them a lot of attention from a wide audience. At this time, however, Sniperwolf made a very huge accusation against Girl Gone Gamer that she was allegedly faking her gameplay videos, which eventually became very detrimental towards Girl Gone Gamer's career online. This is where a lot of criticism for Sniperwolf began, because while Sniperwolf was calling out Girl Gone Gamer for allegedly faking her gameplay videos, a lot of people were calling Sniperwolf out for faking her gameplay videos as well. Now, out of everything we discuss in this recap, I want you to put a pin in this and remember this part because this is extraordinarily important for what we get into throughout the remainder of this video. Just remember the Girl Gone Gamer situation, that's all you have to know. There was also a lot of criticism of Sniperwolf being a hypocrite because she would be really nasty to other creators and would make fun of them or call them hoes or make fun of their appearances, while anytime anybody would give her any type of criticism, whether it be on the nasty side or constructive side, she would just label anyone as a hater.
I hope all my haters die!
And this wasn't something that has just happened back in the day. No, this goes up to current day. In fact, I bet you right now you can go into my comment section and find at least a few comments of people calling me a jealous hater because she's a very large YouTuber and I'm not as big as her, which is funny because that is one thing I praised her for in my previous videos. I said that it was a very phenomenal thing that she could create a channel and be so successful online. I might not be a fan of her content, I definitely might not like her as a person, but I do commend the success that she gains, or at least I did. We'll get into why my opinions on this have changed later, but to sum it up really quick, shocker, she allegedly isn't even the person behind her own success. One of the most ironic things is that she allegedly used to false flag, false DMCA, and false copyright people who would make videos criticizing her. Now, if you're lost on the irony with this, it's because she abuses fair use on YouTube all the time with the way she reacts to TikTok videos. She also still continues to be extremely nasty to people who give her criticism, such as the way she talked about Jacksfilms for criticizing her and the way that she creates her content in a non-transformative way. Another YouTuber who has been around for a very long time, known as Jacksfilms, has recently called SSSniperwolf out on this and has gone as far as to make a secondary channel reacting to SSSniperwolf's reaction content. Now, there are updates on this situation that we will get into in a moment, but again, to recap, Jacksfilms has pointed out how SSSniperwolf's reaction content is not as transformative as it should be, and at times isn't transformative at all, which obviously would go against YouTube's terms of service and fair use. Yet she continues to be successful with this. In fact, as he criticized YouTube for, they have promoted her for doing this. Recently, Jacksfilms saw a tweet posted by YouTube that stated, "Where does SSSniperwolf get her video ideas? From fans." Here's what she had to say at VidCon 23 YouTube's keynote. "It's really important for me to engage with my audience. I get a lot of content ideas from them in the comments. It's important to grow and adapt as a creator." I really don't think she's grown much, to be honest with you, as a creator or a person, but we'll get into that more later. Jacksfilms replies to this tweet with emojis and screenshots of YouTube's tweet, along with screenshots of SSSniperwolf's thumbnails, implying that they are all the same regurgitated type of content where she's just reacting to TikToks and other videos on social media. This ignited a feud between Jacksfilms and SSSniperwolf, so Jack posted this video titled, "Let's talk about SSSniperwolf." This has caused a lot of outrage against YouTube and SSSniperwolf, but it has also caused a lot of people to go and find more interesting clips in her videos. Speaking of Jacksfilms, he had made an update video talking about this situation and had shared even more information about SSSniperwolf's content that was pointed out to him by the Act Man, and boy oh boy is it interesting. I'm gonna play the clip and I'm going to leave his video linked in the description as well.
I was hosting a round of SSSniperwolf bingo when YouTuber the Act Man popped in the chat and said, "Hey, you might want to check out this video I just tweeted." So I go check it out, and it's from a recent SSSniperwolf video where she plays a clip and reacts to it.
Bro just flew into the hoop.
And then 20 seconds later, plays the exact same clip with her exact same reaction.
Bro just flew into the hoop.
Literally a copy and paste job. And I don't think it's an editing error, because, as the Act Man suggests, it's probably to hit that sweet, juicy 8-minute length for mid-rolls. Each one of those clips is 20 seconds long, and if you were to remove either one, the total length of the video would fall just shy of 8 minutes.
There had been points in SSSniperwolf's videos where she would just take one clip that she did and put it in the video twice to reach the 8-minute mark so she could put mid-roll ads in her videos. But it gets worse. If that wasn't bad enough, Jacksfilms has pointed out that she also put TikTok videos in her video without reacting to it at all. So if your argument was, well, giving reactions, whether they be subtle or not, still technically makes it transformative, I was kind of on the fence about that a little bit with some of her videos, because even if her reactions were annoying and loudly describing what was going on.
Now, if anyone can do it, it's TikTok. Somebody has to know where it is. Bro gave him the exact coordinates. Like, oh, she was here. Wow! Wow, that's amazing.
At least she was doing that. Now there are videos that are being shown where she doesn't even react at all. She just puts the TikTok in her video and moves on to the next thing.
So we continue watching the TikTok by popular creator Tony Statovsky, link below if you want to watch more of their stuff. And we're all trying to predict what Sniperwolf will say, how she'll react, etc. Here's my real-time reaction to what happens next.
So these kids are...
Did she do that? Ma'am, I think you forgot something.
So these kids...
That's right, everyone. She forgot to react. She played someone else's TikTok in its entirety, but didn't provide an ounce of commentary.
Does not give any comment, does not give any reaction, does not use it as a source of commentary of any sort. As Jacksfilms explains in his video, this absolutely does not fall under fair use. This is just blatant content theft. She just re-uploaded the video into her video without providing any reaction or commentary whatsoever. It's bad enough when her reactions are just her loudly explaining what's already happening in front of your eyes, but this goes way lower. And all of this is really interesting because years ago when people would make videos criticizing Sniperwolf, she had no problem sending copyright claims and copyright strikes to people to try to get those videos taken down over fair use. Irony is hilarious, isn't it? I've also seen speculation that when it comes to Sniperwolf's reaction videos that she could potentially just be reading a Google Doc, because people have pointed out that if you look at her glasses when she is reacting to these videos, you don't see the video through the lens. You see a white page that looks like it could be a page with text. Now, of course, again, this is speculation. We can't say this with absolute certainty. It's also possible that this reflection could be the lighting that's behind her camera, or if she's viewing the TikTok on desktop mode, it could also make it look like a white screen. It's really hard to tell. But in my personal opinion, I wouldn't put it past her considering all of the corners she has cut within her content, especially if the accusations of Sausage being the one behind the script writing and the majority of the content creation itself does turn out to be true. But my dearest viewers, there is even more groundbreaking information that I have to share with you today. I was gone for about a week. I had just gotten married and I haven't checked any of my social medias. I still barely checked most of my social medias. I had gotten some comments on my video on Sniperwolf about some information regarding a legal complaint made by her soon-to-be ex-husband, Evan Young, rather known as Sausage Online. I had gotten a lot of suggestions to discuss this situation, and when looking into it, I found a video by a creator named Atozi. Again, we'll be linking the video down below, and another video by Oompaville. I will link his video down below as well. Both of these creators have covered Sniperwolf in the past as well, and they had talked a lot about this new legal document that had been making a surface that really proves a lot of the criticisms people have been giving Sniperwolf over the years to be correct. I will say allegedly because this hasn't been taken to a court yet. This is just a legal complaint. In both Oompaville's video and Atozi's video, they had mentioned another creator here online named TheMadCatster, and that is where they claim to have gotten this legal document from. When I had watched their videos, I was doing my own research on the situation, and I wanted to see this document for myself. After quite a bit of searching, I was only able to find a document that stated that this complaint was made. It did not show the actual complaint. So I decided to reach out to TheMadCatster himself, who was the one who had this copy of the document, and he was kind enough to send it over to me so we could take a look at it together. Now, in this video, I'm not going to go over every single thing. We are going to go over the allegations in the document, but when it comes to the counts and everything, I am just going to leave TheMadCatster's video and the other two videos by Atozi and Oompaville in the description below if you want to know a little bit more about that. So the reason for me to be going over this legal document with you today is to provide yet another source backing up my first deep dive video on this situation with Sniperwolf. What this is yet another form of evidence proving that Leah has lied about a lot of situations, like her involvement with the Sexy Sniper channel.
This is fascinating. Do you have a website or anything?
I have a YouTube. It's Sexy Sniper. I have like gameplay and stuff, and I do vlogs.
And her faking gameplay and the way that she was nasty to other people. Let's get into this legal document. Again, a big thank you to TheMadCatster. If you would like to see his video covering this document as well, I will leave it in the description below. General allegations. In or about 2010, Young and Shailesh first met online while playing the video game Metal Gear Online. During this time frame, in or about 2010, Young and Shailesh exchanged cellular text messages briefly, but otherwise largely ceased communication after a short period of time. In or about 2011, Shailesh began a YouTube channel under the moniker Sexy Sniper. So this is the first thing I want to point out, and this is really important in my opinion, because she had denied being Sexy Sniper, and this document mentions why she tried to remove herself from that channel and why it would be a good business move to do so. So this is now an illegal document claiming that she was in fact Sexy Sniper. Shailesh's Sexy Sniper YouTube channel had a largely negative reputation and was infamous for posting lewd and crass content. Shailesh's Sexy Sniper YouTube channel was not affiliated with or otherwise related to the future SSSniperwolf YouTube channel referenced herein. So to prevent any confusion, this is the way that I interpret this. While Leah had the Sexy Sniper channel, she also had the SSSniperwolf channel. While having both of these channels, they did not affiliate with each other. So she had one, discarded it, and then had the new one. That is the way that I understand this. Both Young and Shailesh have taken measures to ensure that the Sexy Sniper YouTube channel could not be connected to SSSniperwolf. Now that is interesting for reasons we'll get into later. By later, I mean right now. So Sniperwolf and her boyfriend, fiance, husband, ex-husband, future ex-husband, it seems like they created this Sniperwolf channel together, which means they both knew how problematic the Sexy Sniper channel was, and how problematic Leah was, because she was the face of that channel, and a lot of the criticism wasn't directed towards the channel, it was directed towards her. Essentially wanted to start with a clean slate. The unfortunate circumstance regarding that, however, is that when it comes to Leah, she can't start with a clean slate if she is the same exact person that she was when she made the other channel, because she continued for years to be that same exact person, and in my opinion, still probably is, at least to an extent, considering how she even just recently tried to be nasty towards Jacksfilms, towards his appearance, for criticizing her current content, and all of the other scandals she has gotten into over the past couple of years. Moreover, Shailesh has made an explicit record that Sexy Sniper is not a derivation or otherwise connected to the Sniperwolf moniker or Sniperwolf YouTube channel. In or about December 2012, Young and Shailesh reconnected through text message and began regularly exchanging correspondence and communications. In or about January 2013, Young approached Shailesh with an offer to engage in a new joint venture. The aforementioned joint venture involved creating a new YouTube channel under the moniker Sniperwolf, or SSSniperwolf. The concept behind the Sniperwolf YouTube channel was that Young would play video games such as Call of Duty and or Metal Gear Rising and record his gameplay. So there it is. And here's the thing, my problem does not just stem from she was faking her gameplay, pretending to play Call of Duty when it was somebody else, and she was commentating over that Call of Duty gameplay as if she was playing it. Which is really funny because apparently the commentary wasn't even her own commentary, apparently it was scripted commentary from Evan himself. Young would then prepare a script for each recording for Shailesh to read on camera while acting as though she was playing the recorded video game footage. She was actually pretending to play the game while just reacting to footage that was already recorded, and on top of that, she was given a script, so what she was saying wasn't even her own words or thoughts, allegedly, according to this document. So everything from start to finish, she was just acting scripting, essentially. But what drives me crazy is that she went after somebody else and claimed that they were doing the same thing that she was doing herself. Allegedly. Because we do have to remember, even though this is a legal document, these are still allegations as of right now. She hasn't responded as far as I'm aware. But as I've mentioned, people have called this out before this document was even made, and she has denied it. And in my opinion, that potentially ruined that person's career. At the very least, it gave them a lot of scrutiny, a lot of harassment, and tarnished her reputation. Young made it clear to Shalesh that the Sniperwolf YouTube channel needed to be completely independent and separate from Shalesh's prior Sexy Sniper YouTube channel due to the serious negative reputation Shalesh had cultivated through the content on her Sexy Sniper YouTube channel, and also because the content was going to be entirely different and distinct. In or about January 2013, Shalesh agreed to Young's proposal to create the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. In or about January 19th, 2013, Young created and or otherwise established the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. At the time of creating the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, Young and Shalesh agreed to split any revenue from the Sniperwolf YouTube channel equally. This is just my opinion. Feel free to disagree with this if you wish, but considering the work ratio here, I think that 50-50 should have been split much differently. If he is putting all of that effort into her content, I think that ratio should be split a little bit differently. If he is the one doing the gameplay footage, creating the script, coming up with the ideas, that just seems like she's just the face of a channel that he created, in my opinion. Of course, once again, that is if what's said in this document is true. There is also a clip we'll get into later of Leah saying that they were broken up at one point, but she still wanted him to help with her videos. While Shalesh was the face of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, Young is and was at all times heavily involved in the creative content and operations of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, including, but not limited to, concept organization and development, script writing, directing, video editing, posting finished videos to the channel, and market research and analysis, among other things. Most notably, the gameplay footage depicted on the Sniperwolf YouTube channel was played and recorded by Young, while Shalesh merely read and reacted to the gameplay according to those certain concepts and scripts prepared by Young, so she wasn't even making any of the scripts, allegedly. Apparently, allegedly, it was all Sausage or Evan Young. Although the Sniperwolf YouTube channel has since shifted focus on content other than gameplay footage, Young still plays a pivotal role in the operation of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel through directing, filming, content gathering, overall strategy, and direction and marketing, among other things. So this is what really gets me, and I know I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I want to elaborate further on it. I've had a lot of criticisms for Sniperwolf. I am not a fan of Sniperwolf. I am somebody who dislikes her for a lot of the things that she has done. With that being said, I had given her credit for being a successful woman on YouTube, and despite a lot of the criticisms, having the ability and the knowledge and the insight to make her way to the top with the skills that she had, or that I thought she had, when it came to the strategies behind her content. But unfortunately, if everything in this document is true, I can't even give her credit for that anymore. And I'm not really surprised. Within months of its creation, the Sniperwolf YouTube channel began to attract a significant following, and to date has over 33 million subscribers on YouTube. Young's involvement and efforts contributed significantly to the initial, as well as the ongoing and continued, success of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. So yeah, it's still basically the same thing, except for instead of gameplay, it's TikTok videos. Payments from full screen were sent directly to Young's PayPal account, and then split evenly between Young and Shalesh. Young moved to the state of Arizona in or about May 2013 in order to be closer to Shalesh, who already resided in the state of Arizona at the time, to further facilitate both their romantic and business relationship. Young and Shalesh married in or about May of 2013. I want to pause for a second here because this is a really interesting thing to note. So in September of 2016, Sniperwolf made a video about her breakup with Sausage, or Evan. If everything in this legal document is correct, that means that at the time of recording this video in 2016, they would have been married for almost 3 years. Now, even when married, can people split up for a while? Yeah, of course. But the wording that Leah uses in this video is really interesting because she makes it sound like they were never married. She makes it sound like they just broke up and were boyfriend and girlfriend.
I've been getting a lot of questions and comments about Sausage, are you guys back together? What happened? I thought you guys were broken up. Wow, she's lying about meeting him on Omegle and lying about the breakup, and we are not together right now. We broke up. He broke up with me. We still have a house. We have a house together. He doesn't want to leave. I don't want to leave. So we decided after like fighting and arguing about it. By the way, when we did that texting thing, like we hated each other so much, but now things have like calmed down a lot. We're basically living together. We are friends. We are on good terms. I don't even know what this is called. Like, I don't think he watches my videos, so I'm just gonna say this, but I still like him. Like, I haven't gone out with other people, haven't talked to other guys. It's not like I want to date other people. Because again, I still like him. I know I'm gonna get so much hate for this. You guys are gonna kill me. Things have been a lot more calm, and I feel like better since we're not together, but we're like friends. We're not fighting. We're not pestering each other. I guess it's like a break, but it's not like a break. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to tell you guys. We live together. I'm just really upset and making this video because everybody's coming at me saying, oh, you're a liar, why'd you lie about breaking up? You're obviously still together when we're not.
It's understandable that maybe she didn't want her personal information out there and she didn't want people to know the ins and outs of their actual relationship. And perhaps this is a bit nitpicky, but in my opinion, if she wanted it to be that way where she didn't want her audience to know the intricate details of their marriage, why use deceptive language and make your audience think that you were boyfriend and girlfriend? Even if what she says was true here, where they were acting as if they were friends and nothing more, they were still technically married if what is in this document is true.
So it's simple. We're living together. We're like friends. It's just like roommates. Things are complicated right now. We're on good terms. We talk to each other. Things are like normal, but we're not together. It's weird.
She also makes a statement in this video that I find very interesting after reading this document.
He helps me record my videos because who the f is gonna help me record my videos? I need someone to help me record videos. And honestly, I don't want to like get in my personal life and be like, but I like go psycho. Like I go crazy if he doesn't help me record my videos. So I'm like, if you don't want any problems, you can help me record my videos because I will make your life hell.
That doesn't seem like something that will age well in my opinion. In my opinion, this feels dishonest in a way. It's not that she outright said that they weren't married and that they were just boyfriend and girlfriend in this video, but she omitted that information in what I believe to be a deceptive way. Oh wait, actually there's more to this. She has a video on her channel titled, I Want a Baby Prank on My Boyfriend. Now I watched this video and one could argue that she titled it this because she was reading texts from people pranking their boyfriends that they wanted a baby. And when she mentioned Evan or Sausage, she called him her man.
So this was a thing on Twitter. Someone was like, text your boyfriend, I want a baby, and see what he says. And all these girls did it, and we gonna read the replies. But first, I'm gonna text my mans, I want a baby.
Okay, maybe that could still slip by, but in my opinion, that's still a bit deceptive. Oh, but what about this video titled, I Let My Boyfriend Cut My Hair? Now this one was made in 2019.
Hello friends, it's me, and today I am here with Mr. Snossage, aka Evan, aka my boyfriend.
You can't deny this one.
My boyfriend.
She outright called him her boyfriend in this video. So either what is said in this document is a lie, or she is once again lying. And while everything in this document does happen to be allegations at this point, I am willing to trust a legal document more than the words that come out of Leah's mouth, especially considering her track record with being dishonest. On or about March 29th, 2014, Young and Shalesh created an additional YouTube channel under the moniker Mr. Sausage Boy. Wow. The Mr. Sausage Boy YouTube channel was created in order to depict Young's personal channel separate and distinct from the content posted on the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. Young and Shalesh agreed to, and in fact did, split all profits arising out of the operation and business of the Mr. Sausage Boy YouTube channel, just as they had done with the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. On or about June 4th, 2014, Young and Shalesh also created another YouTube channel under the moniker Little Leah. The Little Leah YouTube channel was created in in order to cater to a female-centric audience by and through posting of content related to makeup, designer goods, shopping, and fashion. Young was involved in the operation and success of the Little Leah YouTube channel by and through, among other things, purchasing fashion inventory, directing and filming videos, and coordinating marketing efforts, among other things. Young and Shailesh agreed to, and in fact did, split all profits arising out of the operation and business of the Little Leah YouTube channel. This sounds repetitive, but it's important to note. Collectively, the Sniperwolf YouTube channel and Mr. Sausage Boy YouTube channel and the Little Leah YouTube channel will hereinafter be referred to as the prior channels. So it is important that when these documents are made that things are written in a very specific way. Of course, this is a court document, so they need to cover all of their bases, obviously. Now, I want to warn you before we get into this next part, it does sound a little bit redundant and repetitive, but it is important for context. On or about February 8th, 2017, Young and Shailesh jointly formed Channel Red in the state of Arizona. Pursuant to the Articles of Organization of Channel Red, both Young and Shailesh were listed as managers and members of the Limited Liability Company. Pursuant to the Articles of Organization of Channel Red, Young was designated as the statutory agent of Channel Red. As of the date of filing this complaint, both Young and Shailesh remain listed as managers and members of Channel Red. As of the date of filing this complaint, Young remains the statutory agent of Channel Red. In organizing and/or otherwise establishing Channel Red, Young and Shailesh entered into a verbal operating agreement whereby each of them owed 50% of the membership interests in Channel Red and agreed to split all profits arising them from the business and operations of Channel Red equally. Pursuant to the terms of the operating agreement, Young and Shailesh were to maintain equal access to associated YouTube channels, as well as joint decision-making regarding the business and operation of Channel Red, including but not limited to creating and posting content, as well as entering into potential business opportunities. Following the creation of Channel Red, Young and Shailesh jointly as a married couple enjoyed significant success relating to the business and operation of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, including but not limited to engaging in numerous sponsorship and brand deals and receiving prestigious awards such as the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award for Favorite Gamer in 2019 and 2020. And I'm pretty sure back then a lot of people were outraged over that because at that point she wasn't even gaming anymore. Skipping ahead a little bit, in or about September of 2022, Young and Shailesh separated and/or otherwise terminated their romantic relationship. Following termination of the romantic relationship, Shailesh began actively taking steps to lock Young out of their business relationship conducted through Channel Red. Before we continue, a while back, Leah did make a tweet confirming that she had separated from Sausage. A lot of people speculated that he had cheated on her. This is one thing that could be really messy if you have a business with your partner or anybody that you consider a close friend and then you have a falling out. If she is stripping away parts of his business because they broke up or are separating, then yeah, considering that this is an established business, she could get in trouble for that, at least as far as I'm aware. To remind you, I am not a lawyer or a law expert, but I do have common sense. At least a little bit. Following termination of the romantic relationship, Shailesh unilaterally conspired with Channel Red's brand manager, Kevin Gold, to seek and enter into business arrangements and/or brand deals with certain companies, including but not limited to G Fuel LLC. Oh god, not the G Fuel. Without disclosing the details of said arrangements to Young. Young explicitly made clear to Shailesh that these unilateral brand deals could potentially negatively impact Channel Red due to pending litigation surrounding the termination of the romantic relationship. Shailesh retained all profits from these unilateral brand deals, including but not limited to those with G Fuel, in separate bank accounts, including but not limited to that certain bank account with First Republic Bank, without distributing any portions of the profits to Young through Channel Red or otherwise. Despite repeated attempts by Young to discuss the operations of Channel Red with its brand manager, Kevin Gold, Mr. Gold has refused to provide Young with any requested details, including but not limited to potential brand deals, merchandising opportunities, or sponsorship opportunities pertaining to Channel Red. Additionally, on or about September 12, 2022, Shailesh unilaterally created the YouTube channels Sniperwolf Top Videos and other Sniperwolf channels as well that seem to be other languages. The subsequent channels post compilations and/or translations of existing Sniperwolf YouTube channel videos and therefore are clear deviations of the existing Sniperwolf YouTube channel content owned and operated by Channel Red. The subsequent channels have, as of the date of filing, accumulated over 100 million views and accrued over $1,225,000 in estimated revenue. Now, to clarify, I believe that is just from the new channels that were made recently, not her main Sniperwolf channel, as far as I understand. Despite Young and Shailesh still being married and joint owners of Channel Red, Shailesh unilaterally created the subsequent channels for the express purpose of diverting income from the Sniperwolf YouTube channel content once the dissolution of marriage was finalized. I'm sorry, I know there are a lot of legalities and a lot of information in this little bit here that might not be as interesting as the other stuff we have talked about, but I find it important to bring to light, and I'm trying my best to get us through this. We're almost done here. Young, as an equal and 50% member and manager of Channel Red, expressly objected to the creation of the subsequent channels on the grounds that the subsequent channels stood to potentially divert and or otherwise detract viewers from the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, thereby causing damage to Channel Red and Young. Nevertheless, Shailesh unilaterally created and continues to maintain the subsequent channels despite the direct and express objection from Young as an equal and 50% member and manager of Channel Red. To date, Shailesh continues to unilaterally operate subsequent channels to the detriment of Channel Red and Young. To date, Shailesh has provided no accounting or other financial information relating to the subsequent channels to Young. To date, Young has received no portion of the profits or revenues from the subsequent channels through Channel Red or otherwise. To date, Shailesh has refused to provide Young with access or information relating to the subsequent channels. In or about September 2022, Shailesh locked Young out of Channel Red's Instagram social media account, which Young had previously utilized to help grow Channel Red's social media following and presence. To date, Young remains locked out of Channel Red's Instagram social media account. So she locked him out of the Channel Red Instagram account and he has no access to it. On or about September 27th, 2022, without knowledge or prior authorization from Young, Shailesh took the jointly owned residence, certain hard drives, and phones belonging to Channel Red and or Young, collectively the devices. The devices contain sensitive company and or corporate data associated with Channel Red and its operations, including but not limited to significant evidence of Young's involvement in the business and operations of Sniperwolf's YouTube channel. Upon Shailesh's unauthorized taking and subsequent withholding of the devices, Young changed the password and login credentials to the Sniperwolf channel out of fear that Shailesh would upload, delete, or otherwise modify the content on the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, which could directly impact and harm Channel Red and Young. Young has since provided Shailesh with the necessary login credentials to access the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. Despite repeated demand from Young, Shailesh initially refused to return the devices unless Young took extreme and unnecessary measures, such as agreeing to execute a non-disclosure agreement. In or about March of 2023, Shailesh finally agreed to and in fact did return the devices to Young. On or about October 20th, 2022, Young filed a petition for dissolution of non-covenant marriage without children in their counties. As of the date of filing this complaint, the dissolution proceedings remain ongoing. Forgive me if I mispronounced that. As of the date of filing this complaint, Shailesh and Young remain married. So there is even more to this complaint, including all of the counts that are stacked against Leah in this situation. I'm going to leave a few videos linked below if you want to learn more about this. Be sure to check them out and all of the other sources I provide in the description as well. If I am correct, a complaint isn't a lawsuit in itself. I could be wrong on that, just from everything that I had looked up and with my limited knowledge on legal things. It seems that a complaint is step one when filing a lawsuit. So it seems like the gears are moving towards that direction. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that's how I am interpreting it. With that being said, since a complaint is, like I said, the first step into filing a lawsuit, we really have to wait and see where this goes. This was filed in August of 2023, so it was pretty recently. To my knowledge, it seems like things like this could take quite a while, so it could be a little bit before we have any updates on this situation in particular, but there are some other updates I want to let you know about. This video is already extremely long, so I will likely do a more in-depth video on this entire separate situation in the future, but there are still people who Leah has hurt years ago that are still dealing with a lot of issues due to the things she has done to them a while back. There are other creators out there, one being a creator named Enigmahood, who I have talked about in my first video on SniperWolf, who to this day is still dealing with repercussions of having a back and forth with SniperWolf years and years later. Enigmahood made a plethora of videos criticizing SniperWolf for the way she treated her fans, among other controversies as well. According to him and some screenshots he shared, one of the ways SSSniperwolf retaliated was by liking racist tweets directed towards him. She then tried to get his videos removed by filing DMCA takedowns, which required Enigmahood to provide his legal name and private information to dispute. When someone files a DMCA takedown, in this case SniperWolf, they can eventually see the other person's docs. After obtaining Enigmahood's personal information, SniperWolf went on to make this video where she claimed that Enigmahood was a child predator. This is an extremely bold accusation to make. SniperWolf allegedly claimed that the reason you can't find any of this information online if you search it now is because the publicized documents she found were allegedly removed. I'm not confident in saying that this is impossible, but I do assume that this is highly unlikely to be what happened. Not to mention the fact that Enigmahood claimed that this was a blatantly false allegation and took legal action against SniperWolf over this. This was a huge situation back when it originally happened, as it not only displays how far she is willing to go to take down others, but censor them as well. Unfortunately, it's something that many have forgotten about in the current day. And there are others out there who have been negatively affected by her, by the way that she had treated them, and I would like to dive deeper into that in another video, since this one has gotten to such an extreme length at this point. Please let me know your thoughts on everything we had to discuss today down in the comments below. Thank you so much if you've made it all the way to the end of this video. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.